Hey y'all, welcome back to what I'm on today. Today we're going to be talking about none other than the Coach Empire in the size 40 and my Coach Rogue in the size 39. So stay tuned.
Thankful for this beat, thankful for my dad, man, he kept me from the street, man, I'm thankful when I eat, thankful for my wife, thankful for my freak, when they saw each other last week.
Hey y'all, welcome back to what I'm on today. My name is Lakia Chanel and I make videos about little things, handbags, both luxury and contemporary, because you guys already know that I do not discriminate and we talk about whatever it is that I am on today. So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Coach Empire in the size 40 as well as the Rogue size 39. So if you saw a couple of my shorts, I was not able to get the Coach Empire in the size 40 when it first came out. So I was loving on my Rogue 39 once again. And then, as you guys may know from another short, I was able to get the Empire 40. And I hate to say that I was a little bit underwhelmed. And so I want to kind of compare the two bags, and I'm still kind of deciding if I'm going to keep the Empire 40, but stay tuned. Let's talk through it together. So these are the two bags in question. This is the Coach Empire in the size 40, and then this is my Rogue 39. So they are around the same size, but obviously the Rogue is very, very boxy, where the Empire does round out a little bit. We will go over this one first. So I got this Empire bag earlier this week, and I will be honest with you guys, I took it out. I didn't take any of the stuffing off the bag at all. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I am going to keep this bag. But there was a part of me that was having a little bit of FOMO, and it sold out everywhere. You know, do I want to give it up? Blah, blah, blah. However, for the week, I've had it literally pretty much in its dust bag. Today I decided, because I was just thinking finally, am I going to keep the bag or am I just going to return it or maybe sell it to one of you guys, since it is sold out everywhere? And obviously you guys know I have my handbag confidant, my husband, who I just talked it through with, and I've decided to continue thinking on it. So you guys have seen tons of videos about this bag. When I opened up the bag, I kept all the stuffing on the inside of it, but I did take it out so that I could see like the goodness of the squishiness, which kind of did turn me on with the bag. I dressed her up because I did get this little $195, which is super expensive, guys, for me, for a charm. And then I put my little Amazon thick chain on it. And I think this is how I would wear the bag if I decide to keep the bag. One of the things that I think is different from this bag, and I'll show you guys the Rogue as well, that kind of turned me off a little bit to this bag, is that the Rogue has leather interior as well. And I think because, I don't know, again, is it like the Birkin thing? If you've guys seen my Birkin video where something is super, super hyped up and you get it and you are expecting it to be rainbows and princesses and all the things, and then it just falls short for you. I feel like that is this bag. Now, we'll be honest, with it all dressed up and it like a little bit crunkly, it is looking real cute, okay? But still, I'm not going to take anything off yet until I've made my final decision of if I'm going to keep the bag. So what is kind of, you know, making me feel this way? So I think the colorway. So I chose this burnished colorway. I thought it was gorgeous, and it is, guys. But you know what? Even though it's burgundy, it's reminding me a little bit of brown. And you guys know that I said that I was not adding any more brown bags to my collection. So although this is called Merlot, it's very brown. And I think it's brown because of the burnishedness of it. I feel like in other people's videos, it looks a lot more red or Merlot, but to my plain eye, it looks reddish brown, right? So I think that's one of the things. Perhaps in the blue, it would have been a little bit more delicious. I love the way that the leather feels. I like the feet at the bottom. Okay, so I'm all over the place, guys, with this video, but I will say that the interior of the bag, guys, and you've seen this before, it is not leather. It is not suede. It is microfiber. So I feel like that is probably one of the biggest reasons that I'm kind of on the fence, although I do like the way that she looks dressed up, is because of the microfiber. And I think had I not dressed up my Rogue 39, which I hadn't worn in a long time, I probably would have jumped on this, loved this. And I know that my YouTube friends went through heights to try to get this for me when it was sold out, and then I was able to get it online, which I feel really lucky-ish about. Like, I'm super happy that I was able to at least experience it and try to make the decision if I'm going to keep this or not. So let me show you a little bit of the Rogue 39 and why it's just a little bit, and no one asked me to compare them, but it is a little bit superior to this bag. And the only reason that I'm comparing them is because I have to, because I couldn't get this bag originally, therefore I had to love on what was already in my closet. Okay, guys, so this is my Rogue in the size 39. This is the first time I've ever dressed up my Rogue, and I'm kind of loving it. You guys saw in the short. And so I've been wearing this and having like the best time. They are very similar in a few different ways, and I will put them side by side. They both have feet. The leather on this has to be very, very similar because this is beautiful kind of squishy leather that is on the Rogue 39. I think the biggest differences are, of course, this is super boxy, and then the handles. I definitely do like the handles on the Empire better than the handles on this for like a carry. But this does come with two different straps, so you can make this a very easy shoulder bag if you are into that vibe. I wear it both. Y'all know how I do with my straps. I prefer it handheld, but I'm going to keep the straps because this thing can totally get heavy. Now, the biggest difference is, I think, which is what is kind of having me on the fence a little bit, is the interior of this bag. So this has multiple compartments, but it is this leather on the inside. I think that is it's so beautiful. There is some canvas, but it's that 1941 canvas that's on the inside of the bag. But this is just absolutely, it's so good, and it's so like well made, and it's so, it's its whole vibe. And once I've started wearing this, I'm just like, oh, this is just so everything. So that is the biggest kind of difference, I would say, between the two bags, are literally the handle, obviously the shape because this is very boxy, and then the interior being leather. Now, side by side, they both look like great bags, so perhaps I will keep them both. I don't know, guys. We shall see. I do like it dressed up. I do like it once I actually took the stuffing out, which was like the first time I did it was today. And I like the kind of sagginess, and I like the way that I feel that the leather is going to wear. I've had this bag for about 2 years, and I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't get a ton of wear, but I do like that it is starting to soften a little bit, slouch a little bit, and I do keep this like well stuffed here. One thing that makes this bag really, really great is that there is no middle divider. Coach loves a middle divider. I don't know why. Like, it would be awesome if they would stop. And they stopped with this bag, so I cannot complain about that at all. It is a good bag in terms of that. Like, I am sure that I feel like you can actually fit the same amount of stuff in both of these bags, I believe. But I like the fact that this one is just a big open space. So I do appreciate that as well. Now that I'm actually seeing them like side by side, dressed up and adorned in their shenanigans, I kind of do like both of them. And I have to like manage my expectations just a little bit. And I say that because, you know, this one does not have the suede on the inside. And one of the reasons, or excuse me, the leather or suede on the inside, One of the reasons that I jumped on this bag is obviously because it looked great, obviously because of FOMO. I was looking at this bag from when it came out on the runway this past spring, and I knew that I wanted to add this one and this particular colorway. But also when it came out, I was expecting the price to be way more expensive than it was. So I do have to admit, for the $695, you are getting a lot of bag for that. And so that is part of like my FOMO. Part of it is like, okay, am I going to be able to find it again if I decide to sell it or return it? Because it's sold out everywhere as far as I can tell from now. And then you are getting a great bag for under $1,000, which is absolutely phenomenal. And even with all the things together, it was like 800 and some change for the bag, and or maybe 900 for the bag and the charm. So it's like a whole entire thing for under $1,000, which is really, really great. This one, I will admit, even a couple of years ago, this was $1,000. So I paid $999 or $990, I believe, plus tax for this bag. And so I guess the expectation is that it is going to be a little bit more luxe, if you will, in different places than a bag that is literally $300 cheaper. Both are great bags for the value and what you get, but also I do need to keep that in mind when I am thinking about the Empire and this bag. So this was literally just pretty much a rant. When I woke up this morning, I really was not sure what I was going to do with the Empire bag. I hadn't adorned it or anything. I just literally was looking at it with the stuffing, and it's literally been in its dust bag the entire time because I had every intention of returning it. I think after, like I said, talking to my confidant, you know, and just talking through things, I feel like I may keep it in the collection, or I just might wait a little bit longer to decide exactly what I'm going to do. I know that I'm not going to take any of the wrapping off until I am 100% sure that I am going to keep this bag. But I think after taking all the stuff out, realizing that this bag is not the Rogue, and I did not pay the same that I paid for the Rogue for this bag, and it looking so cute with its chains and all the things, you know, I'm kind of erring on the side of maybe keeping it, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that it is worth keeping? I kind of do because of the price, and I feel like I would wear it, right? To be determined. It looks cute right now, so it's kind of like, okay, I'm erring on the side of maybe, but I don't know. What are your thoughts? If you had something that was similar-ish but not the same, what would you do in my situation? Comment below. Let me know what you would do. I will say that they are both kind of heavy, but take that as a grain of salt because I have a pretty heavy chain that's on the Empire, and the charm on the Empire is heavy, and it's stuffed with all the paper it came with, and then the Rogue literally had nothing in it but a long strap. So they are still kind of, you know, they can get a little bit heavy. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let me know your thoughts, because I actually would love to know. I would like to be swayed one way or the other. I'm kind of in the middle, but maybe more toward keeping it, when earlier this morning I was like, I'm absolutely not keeping it. So I don't know. Let me know what you would do. Thank you so much for spending another day with what I'm on today. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thankful. We touch much, you should have seen us. Came up rough, nothing between us.